Happy Monday, everybody. Slow and simple weekly reset starting in just about 3 minutes or so. Make sure you find a comfortable spot where you can dim the lights, even dim the screen of whatever you're watching this on. Make sure you have water and your tea available. Grab a blanket or a beach towel. We're going to spend a little time in a heart opener to begin with. And just make sure you have this place where you're quiet, where you're making your own little yoga studio there in your home. Invite your loved ones to come into your space if you'd like, or if you're using this as a little bit of alone time. Well, then make sure you close the door. Either way, it's just fine. We are, if the background looks a little bit differently here, we are actually in my home yoga studio, which is also our home gym, and my beautiful purple walls and my beautiful Luna back there on her favorite spot in the whole world. So we'll just, we're going to be broadcasting here from the house for the duration. This class, this Monday evening class, we've been together for forever, and it is such an honor to be able to bring this to you from our home. I don't find home practice less than. I find home practice to be one of those things that is quite impossible to do unless you set up specific time and you can make it your own and make it that quiet place that you have at the studio, and just know that you're in community everywhere. Right now, everyone is doing yoga at home. So let's join them. Make sure that you do have your water or your tea somewhere handy. You might see another appearance from my other cat. She likes to walk in and out. And then just have a nice sturdy blanket as well. We're gonna start out here actually in a heart opener. Such a nice place to come into a Monday evening practice. So if you have your blanket or your beach towel or even a pillow will work, something that you can roll up into a nice little sturdy position. And we'll set that to the side for just a moment and just sit in easy pose for a time. Make sure if you are just joining us, dim the lights. You can put on some music from another source. There are so many lifting vibrations or healing vibrations that you can find, and just really set the tone here for your home practice here. And look at it as a luxury. You can be in whatever comfortable clothes you want to be in. You can be right next to your bed and crawl in for Shavasana and just drift off. We are going to start off today in a heart opener. So that handy towel that we got before, or blanket, nice and rolled up. And we're going to bring that to our shoulder blades as we lay down to our mat, or to a towel, or just to the floor. And you want to have a feeling that your shoulder blades are rolling off of the towel as you find this space. You might want to have another little pillow or something to cushion the back of your head as you relax down. You can lessen the roll or find a different or a softer position for this. This is quite a stretch through the sternum, through the ribs, and of course through the heart space, maybe even into the belly. So just wiggle around there, find that comfortable position in the spine, and then let your arms open out, let your knees open out, soles of your feet come together. And take a couple of open mouth sighs. Just grateful for this time that you took for self-care, for quieting in. If you are newer to a home practice and you do have pets, you might notice that they're quite attracted to you when you start to play on the floor like this. start to physically open up into that heart space, which helps us to open emotionally into that heart space. There is so much going on, so much to get used to on an hourly basis here, that we're just trying to recalibrate as we can. Hello. Let your breath go in a sigh or two. Just gratitude for the quiet hour that you have here, no matter what else is going on. Anytime you need to shift around, we're going to stay here for another few moments to really soften into the breath. Relaxing the body is not really an easy task. It's something that we do systematically in a class like this, where you can get the wiggles out, where you can get the deep breaths in. And that really does lead to a softer, more clear thinking pattern. This place where we can start to observe the world as it's happening instead of react to the world as it's happening. And this kind of pose, if you are holding a lot of stress, this can cause a very physical reaction. You might even start to tear up. I've even been known to sob after a nice long stretch in a heart opener. It's just that release that we're looking for. You let it come, and then you let it go, and then it's gone, and you're lifted. It doesn't come back again, and if it does, it's less, and then you let it go again. 10 more breaths here. Really listen to your rhythm. Fill the belly, fill the heart. And start to bring your arms down to your legs. Have the knees together, soles of the feet come together. Take a moment here as the hips come back into place. And very slowly just roll to one side. Lift off of your blanket and then roll right back down to your mat, to your back, knees hugging in. And this pose is Apanasana, or grounding pose, or reverse child's pose. Have this feeling that you're hugging the legs in, pressing the spine and the shoulders back and down. Relax into your jaw. Maybe even open and close your mouth a few times. Wiggle into your jaw joint. Open mouth, exhale, relaxing tension from the face. Right leg stays hugging in, send the left leg out long. Let it rest on the earth. And this is wind release pose. It's a nice way to relax into the hip and also to just kind of get into the digestion, especially this time of evening. Maybe you're just coming from dinner or had dinner not so long ago. This can help you to work through some of that full feeling. And take another breath here, flexing through both heels. Make the legs a little active, bring a little oomph into the muscles, just so that when you do relax and release that, it feels so nice to melt. Relax slowly into a twist. We're going to guide the right leg over to the left side of the body. Keep the left hand on the right leg, and then turn and look over the right shoulder. The right arm can extend out. And instead of keeping the hand on the leg, let's bring it to the heart. Let your hand just rest on your sternum. Take several slow breaths here, just finding space in the spine, a stretch in your neck. Connect to your heartbeat. Soften your eyes, your eyebrows. Slowly come back to center. Bring the face back to center. Bring the torso, the knees back in. And the left leg to join the right. And just return to grounding pose. Shoulders relax back and down. Bring a little bit of stillness into the pose. Often I give that direction to roll around here, but let's find some steadiness. Let's find some security and some stillness on our mat tonight. Just letting the day calm and soften. Deep belly breaths and those open mouth exhales anytime you need them. Left leg stays hugging in, right leg goes long. Rest it down. Have that feeling that you're flexing out through both heels. Just bringing a little bit of activeness into the legs. You're still calm, you're still relaxed. You're just bringing a little bit of awareness to those legs. Breathing deeply, inhaling. Feel yourself soften on the exhale. Left leg will go over the right side of the body, finding our long body twist. Left arm reaches out, turning and looking over the left shoulder. Right hand will come back to your heart. Feel your heart beating under your hand, nice and slow in the twist. You can lessen the twist and even bring that foot down to the earth if it's too much, just to let the knee fall over. Always make sure you feel comfort in these poses, even if you modify quite a bit for whatever's going on in your body today. Relax into those hips. Feel the softness here. 3 more breaths. Slowly come back to center, untwisting, bringing the face back in, and the knees hug in, finding stillness again in that grounding pose. If you have to move around for a moment to find that neutral spine, go ahead, but then soften into that stillness. Bring the arms up, feel the shoulder blades rest into the earth. Bring the feet up, knees bent comfortably. Just roll into your ankles and your wrists. And go the other way. Just finding a little mobility and a little reverse in blood flow here. Gravity always so nice to reverse in a yoga practice, brings that feeling of refreshment. Another soft, open mouth exhale. And hug the knees to the chest. This time, do go ahead and roll around here. Flatten the small of your back into the earth. If arms aren't comfortable hugging the shins, you can hug the thighs in, or just bring your hands to the earth and roll around here gently side to side. Relaxing the breath, relaxing the jaw. Letting yourself become more mindful in this moment. Soles of the feet come to the earth now. Hands come to your sides. Roll the shoulder blades underneath you a little bit more. You can press into the elbows, lift up through the chest, and then from the shoulders down, press the spine into the earth, and from the shoulders up, lengthen into the neck. Bring the back of the head down, and then palms press down into the earth, feet press down into the earth, the ankles, the knees, the hips, all in line with each other. And I call this lowered bridge pose, and we're going to find this as our resting place for the next few moves that we're going to do. To begin with, let's connect breath with movement. This is such a great way to find relaxation into the body and to give the brain something to focus on that is just soothing. I like to say breathing is that mundane miracle that we never pay attention to, but when you do, that magic starts to happen. So hands pressing in, shoulder blades pressing in, feet pressing in, creating that steadiness underneath you. As you inhale, those hips are going to roll up, pressing up toward the sky, the chest coming up toward the chin. And as you exhale, slowly roll down here, nice and slow. Feel the whole spine press in. As you inhale, you roll up, pressing into the feet, pressing into the hands, rolling the chest up toward the chin, and exhale, slowly roll back down. Feel yourself ground the energy. Notice how you're breathing. The feet are pressing in, the inhale coming through the nose, nice and slow. Gravity, our friend here, again exhaling as you roll down. Hold yourself safe here. Slow down. Press into the feet, the tailbone lifts, roll on up, find that lift to the heart. And exhale, make sure the knees stay in line with the hips, that they don't splay out. And 3 more, inhaling, moving with the breath. This is so nice, again, that reversal of gravity. Exhaling as you slowly roll back down. 2 more. Turn the spine to the earth. Feet stay where they are, arms reach out. Flip the palms down into a T shape. Walk the feet out just a little bit wider than the knees. Very comfortably, just move the knees over to the right. Turn and look over the left shoulder, a double leg twist here. If you'd like a little more oomph for your twist, you can cross the right ankle to the left thigh. If that feels too intense, just drop it back down. And then let's bring right hand to the heart again and pause here. Twisting is one of those things that can feel delicious and then quickly get too intense. If it does, just lift up, out. Even if I'm still in the pose, even if we're still holding and breathing, just allow yourself to come back to center and reset again. Relax your eyes, relax your jaw. Just feel yourself sink into your mat. Feel yourself sink into safety, just creating this little bubble around you. Relax. Stretch that right arm out to the T shape. Bring your face back to center. Bring your knees back to center. And then reach your arms down, resetting in lowered bridge pose. Take a breath here. And arms stretch out again. Feet can become a little wider than the knees. And then you drop the knees gently and comfortably over to the left. Turn and look over the right shoulder. And then that left hand again comes to your heart. The science of yoga and the science of physics teaches us that where our energy flows, our life goes. Where our thoughts go, our energy flows and our life goes. So take this time that you've set for yourself to really quiet in and focus in on your heart. Let anything that's blocking you go. Let yourself expand. Let yourself trust that everything is okay. Because we're breathing here. We're safe here. This is the only moment that matters. Relax your heart. Relax your hips. Arms reach out to that T shape. Bring your face back to center. Bring your knees back to center. And return to lowered bridge pose. Arms relax to your sides. Palms press down. Small of the back presses in. Roll gently to your right side. Let's come on up and over into tabletop position. At this point, you can take that lovely rolled blanket and unroll it, or find your beach towel. Make a little bit more padding under your knees if you'd like. It's not necessary. Just a little bit of comfort. And knees a little wider than the hips, feet pressing into the earth. Step your hands a little forward of the shoulders. Relax the shoulder blades back and down from the spine. Take a breath here, Relax into your head. Let the crown of the head go toward the earth. And then relax your gut. We do not get into this position very often at all. Let yourself sway here gently side to side. If wrists are tired, or if you'd just like to, you can come down to forearms. Really relax your gut. Let the belly button hang down toward the earth. Open mouth exhales. This one always surprises me how much tension I hold in my belly, in my solar plexus, and right there at the bottom of my ribs. From here, let's walk out into the heart melting pose. We don't tell the cats, but it's called puppy pose. In this house, maybe we'll call it kitten pose, but hands walk out to the outside edges of the mat. You want a little bit of a wideness in the arms so that you have room for those shoulders to come down. And hips stay up over the knees. You can bend into the forearms and bring the forehead down to the earth. This is a really good variation if you're not so open in the spine. If you'd like a deeper variation, make sure those arms are reaching forward enough and just start to roll yourself down. It's a feeling that you're melting the heart down. This pose is the heart melting pose, or the heart offering pose, where you're trying to melt it down to the earth. The chin can come to rest, arms reaching forward. Return to a slow, easy breath here. Finding any variation that feels right to you. Relax the belly. Breathe deeply. Slowly start to walk hands back in, finding our way back to tabletop position. Hands can be a little wider than the shoulders, comfortable micro bend in the elbows, shoulder blades back and down, soft in the belly, and we'll move here with the breath yet again. As you inhale, press into the hands, press into the feet, belly drops down, heart and hips lift, cow pose. As you exhale, curl and round. Forehead presses down, crown of the head presses down as the tailbone tucks. Inhale as the tailbone lifts, belly drops, heart lifts. You're matching the breath with the movement. Exhale as you curl and round, finding that space. Keep going here. This move is so good if you are dealing with any kind of tightness in any part of your back. It also brings nourishment into the discs, so breathe here slowly and mindfully. We'll take about 5 more rounds. Last 2. Try to slow down, make sure you're listening to the breath. Eyes are closed. Really guide that awareness inward. Notice what the spine is doing. Notice how you're breathing. Come back to tabletop position on your next inhale. And hips drop back toward the heels for child's pose. Child's pose, I really like to let you find it in your own body. Variations include bringing the knees to touch, the big toes to touch, the arms reach back behind you, forehead comes to the earth. If this doesn't work for you, you can very simply just reach the arms forward, keeping the knees as they are. And then if you're constricted in your breath at all with those knees together, you can bring the knees wide apart. Toes can still touch. Arms reach forward. You can have a bend in the elbows. You can reach the arms back. You can fold the arms. Just really find a quiet place for your child's pose here. Soften into your breath. We'll be here for about 20 rounds of breath, so really soften in. If your knees do not like this at all, simply stretch out and lay down on your belly. Find comfort in this forward fold and breathe. Make sure you feel long enough in your spine, settle in. And slowly come on back up. Tabletop position. We bring forearms down to the earth, palms pressing in, elbows right under the shoulders, left leg presses back, and just pulse into that heel, the toes to the earth, and find a stretch into your ankle, your Achilles tendon, up into that calf muscle. If you're more comfortable on your hands, you can come up. There's always a way to make this comfortable in the body. Same side, let that left leg float up. Comfort in the shoulders, length in the neck, and roll into the left ankle, going one way in a full range of motion. And then the other way. Feel that steadiness in your hands and in that right foot as they support you. Left knee down. Right foot stretches back, toes to the earth. And pulse here forward and back. Not only moving into that heel, that Achilles tendon, that calf, but also into the shoulder blades. Make sure there's comfort in your neck. Slow breathing here. And then float that right leg up. Stillness in the shoulders now. Rolling one way. Comfort in the neck. And roll the other way. And right knee comes down. Stretch back, child's pose. Arms can reach back behind you to rest them after that little tabletop workout. Just allow yourself to soften here. Breathe deeply into the back of your body. Feel that expansion. The more aware you can become of how you are feeling in these poses, the more able you are to quiet into them. It is just a journey, and it's a brand new journey every time you come to your mat. We're going to take about 10 breaths in, downward facing dog. If your shoulders don't want downward dog today, please feel free to stay in your child's pose, or again, just lay down flat onto your belly. You really are able to make your home practice look exactly how you want it to look. If you'd like that stretch though, careful if you're wearing socks. Socks make the feet a little bit slippery. Spread out through the fingers, stretch back through the toes, and lift up into the hips. Move around here. This is another one of those places where gravity becomes our friend, where you can really find that upside down reversal of gravity and reversal of blood flow. The circulation improves. Shoulders nice and strong. Bending knees one at a time or both together. And moving into ragdoll position, walk the feet forward, nice and slow. Knees bend, you can hold on to opposite elbows. Walk the feet out as wide as you'd like, especially if breathing becomes compromised in this pose. Just bring your feet a little bit wider. Gives the belly more room, gives the lungs more room. 3 more soft breaths here. Find your way to a half lift, hands to your shins, lengthen out through the crown of the head. Exhale, fold in. Press through your feet, reach through your arms, stretch all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart, Tadasana pose, thumbs to the sternum. Bring your feet nice and hip distance right away or a little bit wider, toes can go wide. And then bring your arms out into this really wide shape, gratitude arms or cactus arms, fingers spread wide, elbows out from the shoulders. Press into your feet, lift up into your toes. Really feel this power from the bottoms of the feet through the crown of the head, the legs firm. And twisting from the ankles to the shoulder, all the way to the neck, even moving the face to the opposite side. Anytime you need to, you can bring the hands to the hips. You don't have to hold them up there. It just is a really nice place to open into that heart line, to open and let some stress go. So feet are pressing in, toes are lifting up. Inhale. As you exhale, twist to the right, twisting from the ankles into the hips, into the spine, into the shoulder, looking over the right shoulder as far as you can. Inhale, come back to center, legs are firm, twisting left from the feet to the shoulders, to the face. Inhale, back to center. A few more times. Exhale, twist from the bottom to the top. Inhale. And exhale, wring yourself out. Last one, each side, floating through center. Exhale, twist, twist, twist. Back to center. Last side, twist, twist, twist. Back to center, arms come down and heel toe the feet back together, hip distance. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Bend the knees, exhale, fold forward. Hang in ragdoll. If folding forward like this is too much for your spine, you can come up into a lifted version of ragdoll where you support the weight, where you support the elbows on the bent thighs or the knees that are bent on the thighs. You can breathe here. Feel that steadiness under the feet. 2 more breaths. Crawl into your downward dog. Pedal into the knees. Pedal into the feet. Knees come down. Come to sit in easy pose. You can sit on top of your blanket if you'd like. Give yourself a little bit of padding, a little bit of lift. Heels flexing out, shins parallel with each other. Hands to your knees just to help you lift up nice and tall. And then bring your hands to your sides, palms face up. Pull the shoulders away from the ears, reach the crown of the head up. Let the backs of your hands rest on the earth, flexing out through the heels. Take a few breaths here. Let your eyes close. Create that lift in the crown of the head. Create that length in the back of the neck. And then keep that length. Tuck the chin in toward the chest. And a few more breaths here. This time, palms will press down toward the earth. Reach the fingertips out away from you, spidering into the hands. Crawl them out as far as you can. But create the sense of steadiness in the body as you breathe here and feel that neck and shoulder tension melt. Keep the chin tucked in, keep the fingers pressing into the earth. Left ear rolls toward the left shoulder. Eyes quiet. Feel that stretch in the side of the right neck. Roll back to center. Fingers are still reaching away, shoulders still reaching down. Right ear rolls toward the right shoulder. Purposefully stretch the left fingers a little more away. Open into the left chest a little. And roll the neck back to center. Bring the face back up. Bring the hands together. And sit back just so that you can stretch the legs out. And then change the cross of the legs coming back to your easy pose. Hands to your shins or to your knees as you find that nice lifted stretch. And then hands are going to right away, again, reach out to the sides. Left palm reaches out away from you, but still in line with that hip. And then right arm's going to reach up. Press into the right sit bone. Reach through that right hip into the right shoulder. Reach from the right shoulder to the right wrist. Look down at the earth. Close your eyes. Feel steadiness here as you breathe into the right side rib cage. Trying to stretch into those intercostal muscles to release tension so that you can breathe deeper tomorrow. And come back to center, pressing into the sit bones. Float both arms up. Then right arm to the earth. Left arm reaches up and over. Flexing down through the sit bone, reaching up and over through the shoulder, and then from the shoulder to the wrist, spin the eyes down, relax the jaw. Each exhale, maybe stretch a little deeper. Press into the sit bones or reach the arms up. Roll into the wrists a few times as you bring the arms down. Just feel that little release in the joints. Stretch the legs out. Find a little circulation again into long legs. And then first leg comes back in front, flexing through the heels. Press the hands into the knees. Again, lift tall into the chest. I'm going to turn to the side for this one. And typically, this is a place where you might not find a place of rest for the forehead. But if you do have something, a pillow or something nearby that you can use to bring the floor a little bit closer to you, you can do that. So nice and comfortable on the blanket, hands pressing into the knees, and you find this length into the spine. And you fold forward from the hips. You want to have this feeling that you're bringing the chest out toward the earth, instead of rounding down into the forward fold. So you're folding forward and out. Hands can reach out. And you can stay right here, lengthening through the neck, flexing out through the heels. If it's okay for you, you can walk down the forearms. If it's okay for you, you can walk out and bring forehead down to the earth. And then if there's somewhere that you can find somewhere halfway between, you can press the forehead to the hands. Again, just return to your breath here. Forward folds allows us to shut the rest of the world off even more. Feel the expansion of your breath, ribs opening, belly opening, the heart opening. Eyes staying quiet, moving slowly, start to walk yourself back in. We're simply going to change the cross of our legs and come right back into that forward fold. Flexing out, lifting tall and folding out and forward. Just find that stretch again on the second side. Moving deeper as you can, lifting up as you need to. And again, just softening into your space. Slowly start to walk your hands back in. Stretch your legs out, finding step pose. Toes press up toward the ceiling. Hands can rest on your lap. Left leg hugs in toward the belly. Lift tall into the spine. And take a breath here. Feel the thigh pressing into the belly. And holding that shin with the right hand, left arm is going to stretch back behind you. You can have it very close to you if you'd like, or further away, whatever is more comfortable. Open into that left chest. Press into the sit bones. Reach the right arm up. Inhale. And as you exhale, twist. You can hook the elbow to the knee or hug that knee toward you with the arm. Just finding yourself in this twist. Holding yourself nice and lifted through the chest, inhaling as you've lengthened through the spine, through the crown of the head. Exhale as you twist a little bit more. Come back to center. Unrolling, unwinding. Lift up into that left heel, roll into the ankle, and then the other way. Left leg flexes out, right leg flexes in, pressing the thigh in toward the belly. That right foot presses down. Lift tall, find a nice lengthened spine. Start to twist toward the right leg, right hand comes back. Inhale, left arm reaches up. And as you exhale, twist and hook or hug that elbow to the knee as you find this lengthened spine. And then each twist, you inhale and lengthen. Exhale and twist a little deeper. Eyes closed, just wringing out your worries. Softening your hips. And float back to center. Right leg hovers up, roll into the ankle. And then the other way. And we'll come back down to our backs. You can put your socks or layers back on at this point. Blanket handy if you want it for Shavasana to cover up. Laying down, find a nice long spine. And coming back to what we did in the beginning of class with our lowered bridge position, press in, press in with the elbows, lift up into the chest. And then as the shoulders press in, you lengthen the spine down from the shoulders, and then you lengthen the spine up from the shoulders, the palms press in. And let's find a pigeon stretch. Right ankle crosses at the right thigh, flexing through the heel. Stay here. Use the hands to hug in, or use the left leg to hug in, reaching through as you'd like. Notice the back of the body pressing into the earth, using the arms to hug in a little deeper. Stay closed. Come back to center, releasing the left leg down, unwinding the right, and then finding its second side, finding your favorite position. As you fall into your pigeon stretch, these last few breaths before stillness, use the exhales to really sink in as you hug in. Relax your jaw, relax your eyes. Release back down to center. Add any movements here that you need to as we prepare for Shavasana. Maybe hug the knees in one more time, or find a happy baby pose. Then one leg at a time. Start to stretch out, palms face up, and resting in Shavasana. At this point, you can even go and lay down into bed if this is the end of your night. But Shavasana is one of those places that you always want to take. You always want to pause here at the end of class. So let the legs go long and the arms rest long. Slow your breath down even more, creating this sense of slowness in that exhale as the body sinks in repeatedly. Relaxing tension through your shoulder blades. Relaxing tension through your hips, through your glutes. And relax into your hands, into your fingers. Let the length of your legs soften here. And just pause. Start to deepen your breath. Just coming back to this space that you created for yourself. Movement to your hands and your feet, your arms and your legs. Bend your knees, hug them into your chest. Roll over to your right side, take a breath, feel the weight shift, eyes can stay closed. And then as you're ready, come on up into a comfortable seated position to close class, your hands at your heart in a gesture of gratitude. This gratitude is always for yourself. It's not easy to create this time of self-care. And so this time that you took, it just makes you stronger, it makes you calmer, it makes you able to walk out into the world with, or stay home in the world at this point, with a smile on your face and in your heart. So this practice is now yours. Whenever you need it, come back to it. Let's end class with the sound of 3 ohms, not only lifting and raising our own vibrations, but lifting and raising the vibrations of the world around us. Slow, deep inhale. Thank you for taking the time to take care of yourselves today. Namaste. Very happy Monday, everybody. If you're able to join us live, I'm so happy. Yay, we finally had a Monday class. What a privilege it was for me to be able to do this in my living room. Jason and I started our home practice right here in this room, about 6 years ago. It looked much different then with our large screen TV and our huge overstuffed couches, and now it's just pretty much empty space in our yoga room. Thank you so much for being here. We have so much planned for you. Jason kicked my butt during a workout today, just 30 minutes, and I was huffing and puffing and wanting to throw up, and so we decided that we're gonna come up with some plans to make everybody much stronger in the future, especially with this time at home. There's no point in wasting this time of self-improvement and cocooning in for a while so that we can emerge these awesome versions of ourselves. Thank you very much for being here. I saw Kelly and Lori and Melissa and Jody. Oh, you guys are so awesome, and anybody else's name that I can't see. I'm so glad that you were here with us. Stay tuned, because I can't wait to bring you more and more and more and more. Happy Monday.